let's get some hills in the back there. We'll get them a little bit of black, a little bit of red, a little bit of blue. Mix it all together. Get kind of a mauve or dark purple color. Got to get a lot more red in there because that phthalo blue is really very strong. It's dominating completely. We get the red in there, and that helps. And now we can have something of a little far hill. Get some white, maybe representing a little mist down at the bottom here, or some movement. We don't know what it is, it doesn't matter. But there's our hill. Now let's start doing this foreground part here. We're going to use this yellow, which I promised you would go in here, a very light color. We don't want to, once we put the color on, we pretty much want to leave it alone because we don't want to work it too much. You do have to move it a little bit, but basically it's fine the way it is. The more I fix it, the worse it's going to get. It's pretty good just the way it goes on. And the hardest thing to learn to do is to leave it alone because it's a nice looking hill now. It's got all these dark shadows in it. I'll add grasses to the foreground where you can see them in more detail. But in the back, that's pretty well just as good as it needs to be. We'll get some color down here. Here we'll have vertical grasses growing that you'll be able to see. But for now, I'm just trying to cover up the canvas. There we go. Okay. We're going to start putting the foliage in the back there. We have these two areas where we have some brilliant, vivid foliage, and I'm going to start by using the yellow on this little brush here, which I got in the hardware store for 39 cents. I think I've mentioned that before, and I still wouldn't want to be without it. I'm going to put some light colored foliage in here to begin with. You see how that dark color just gets in there and just acts as my shadows. It does exactly what I want it to do. It's so cool. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. Just going to bring in some colors here. All right. We want to leave darks. We don't want to cover everything up. We want to leave shadows in there. A little bit more paint. Separate this from that background hill. There we are. And let's get some dark colors down here. Just work them in. Take the black. I'm not even cleaning my brush. I'm just leaving the color on it. A little bit of the blue, a little bit of the alizarin crimson, and just get some movement into that dark. You see, rather than leaving it rough, I'm getting a suggestion of foliage in there, and that's just, you see that? That's what I want it to look like, foliage. I don't want the foliage to suddenly end. Now here's where we've got a little bit too much. We're just going to take it away. We're going to back paint, go backwards. There we are.